Here in the Eastern Caribbean, you are listening to the Shake Up program with host Mr. Burns Bernady. It's now time for WEFM's Midday News coming to you with the compliments of St. Vincent Distillers Limited.
Bringing you the news 24 hours a day, 7 days per week, with a fresh approach. www.999wefm.com. WeFM News, online, on demand.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind of compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
We got stoves, cook it, fry it, bake it, stew it, poach it, eat it, drink it, slurp it. At Quartz, you can get it. We got fridges, slurp it, chill it, freeze it, store it, crisp it, pack it, and stack it. At Quartz, you can get it. Wash your dryer, wash it, fluff it, spin it, dry it, clean it, fold it, wear it, assort it, and soak it. Rinse it, load it. SDA gon' make you blend it, crush it, toast it. At Quartz, you can get it.
It's the appliance event happening now, only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind of compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the technology-based company Synergy International Systems signed an agreement to develop a program and database which is expected to boost efficiency, accountability, and transparency within the Ministry of National Mobilization. Synergy International Systems is contracted to digitize the Social Assistance Management Information System, SAMIS. The signing ceremony was held on Tuesday, June 13th, 2023, at the Ministry of National Mobilization. Speaking at the event, Minister of National Mobilization Orlando Brewster stated that the development of a digital system is a vital project to our country.
This project is a very important and vital project to our country. Now, the Ministry of National Mobilization, Social Development is pleased to reach this milestone where all social protection services are being reformed to accommodate and develop our social assistance program within the ministry. This program is needed for efficiency, effectiveness, and it entails targeted interventions for households and to improve reporting here in our country and to reduce also duplication efforts within our ministry.
That was the Minister of National Mobilization, Orlando Brewster. SAMI's Information Technology Officer, Martin Sheen, said the ministry is committed to ensuring the system becomes operational and is maintained. Dr. Christopher Stange, Consul General for St. Vincent and the Grenadines to Northern Ireland, received 4 brand new commercial pieces of machinery valued at £5,000 or EC $16,500 for the National Sports Council to maintain the playing fields across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The machinery consisted of 2 petrol commercial self-propelled lawn mowers and 2 petrol commercial trimmers that were acquired through donations from Brian Hines Garden Machinery Limited. The assistance was granted by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, given that there has been continued strain on existing machinery and the need to replace aging equipment. Thank you to all our donors, Brian Hines Garden Machinery Limited, Kestrel Liner Agencies, Clarkson Port Services, and SFG Forwarding Limited, for assisting us in acquiring and shipping this much-needed equipment. The National Sports Council is charged with maintaining the 50 playing fields across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. These playing fields play an instrumental role in community, sports, and health development, which are all priorities for the government, Consul General Dr. Stange said. Last Friday, June 9th, 2023, the equipment was officially handed over at the Annersville playing field. The Honorable Frederick Stevenson and other high-ranking officials expressed gratitude for their contribution for the development of sports in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Still on the local scene, persons providing information for the 2023 population and housing census have been ensured that data provided will be treated with the utmost confidentiality. This assurance came from Chief Statistician Mrs. Lavon Williams during an interview on NBC Radio earlier this week. Mrs. Williams said the confidentiality enshrined in the Census and Statistics Act prevents that information from being publicly shared. We hear more from the chief statistician.
In terms of when the data is compiled, when it is analyzed, you're not going to see this information is for any individual because the Statistical Act prohibits that. The confidentiality that is enshrined in the Stats Act would not allow us, or it does not allow us, to disseminate data on any individual person. I just want to ensure persons that they need not be worried in terms of the confidentiality of the data and being hesitant in complying with the interviewer and not wanting to give the information, the data.
That was Chief Statistician Mrs. Lavon Williams. The Population and Housing Census is the single largest national data collection exercise that our country undertakes. As mandated by the Census and Statistics Act, the responsibility for conducting the Population and Housing Census lies with the Statistical Office. The Census and Statistics Act further states that information collected on individuals and their household is to be held in the strictest confidence. On to news in the region. The Jamaica government on Tuesday confirmed that the building housing the country's consulate in Haiti had come under attack by gunmen, and as a result, it had suspended indefinitely its consular services in the French-speaking CARICOM country. Jamaica's Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Camilla Johnson-Smith, in a brief video statement, said that the building, which also housed a car dealership, was last night set ablaze and ransacked by criminal gangs. Minister Johnson-Smith said that her country is awaiting further details and also affirmation that the government of Jamaica in these circumstances has hardened its resolve to play a part in supporting all efforts to returning Haiti to the peace and prosperity. In the brief statement, Johnson-Smith made no reference to the three-day meeting taking place as CARICOM countries reiterate their commitment to finding a solution to the political and socio-economic situation in their French-speaking member state. In less than 1 month, another individual has been fatally shot in Antigua, bringing the country's murder toll for the year to 2. A Willikes man died on Tuesday after fighting for his life for more than a week. According to Loop News, Jafari Isaac, 25, was shot in the head, thigh, side, and scrotum on June 4th while sitting outside a bar in his village at around 8 p.m. Over the weekend, the Antiguan police issued a wanted bulletin for another resident of the same village in connection with the shooting. On Monday morning, the suspect surrendered to the police but is yet to be charged. Isaac, the father of a 3-year-old girl, was shot just a few weeks after a 16-year-old reportedly killed a Syrian man in broad daylight. Rowdy Shamali, who is also 25, was the Antigua and Barbuda's first murder victim for the year. He was shot in broad daylight by an armed robber at a supermarket on De Souza Road on May 22nd. That person is now behind bars on remand, having made an appearance before the Child Justice Board late last month. On the international scene, Donald Trump pleaded not guilty at an arraignment in Miami on Tuesday to 37 charges of mishandling classified information, an indictment that made him the first former United States president to be federally prosecuted. On Friday, the U.S. Justice Department unsealed an indictment that outlined 37 criminal charges against Trump, including 31 under the Espionage Act. Other charges include conspiracy to commit obstruction and false statements, Al Jazeera reports. Trump stands accused of unlawfully hoarding dozens of sensitive national security files in his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida when he left office in 2021. He later refused to return them and conspired to obstruct the investigation to retrieve them. He is also charged with sharing sensitive U.S. secrets with people who had no security clearance. The material he stored in his home included nuclear programs, defense, and weapons capabilities of the U.S. and foreign governments, the indictment said. Finally, in sports, Real Madrid has completed the signing of England midfielder Jude Bellingham from Borussia Dortmund on a 6-year deal. The Spanish Giants will pay 103 million euros for the 19-year-old in addition to various potential add-ons. If those add-ons are achieved, the deal could reach 133.9 million euros. Bellingham, who started his career at Birmingham City, will be presented as a Real Madrid player at a ceremony on Thursday. One of England's top performers at last year's World Cup, Bellingham was named the Bundesliga's Player of the Season as Dortmund missed out on a first league title in 11 years on the final day. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts St. Vincent Limited.
Wait and see. Whenever we touching the vacancy, we just climb over the gate and see. Boom! It's carnival time at Courts Ready Cash. So visit your nearest Courts Ready Cash for instant carnival prizes, tickets, and much more with your loan of $2,000 or over. Come home to Courts Ready Cash this carnival season and enjoy flexible payment terms, hassle-free service, and fast approval. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, your job letter, and 2 references. Simple as that. Follow Ready Cash on Facebook and Instagram for your updates and in our in-store carnival parties and our carnival workout sessions. It's time for carnival at Courts Ready Cash. Visit shopcourts.com for details. Come home to Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Everybody push something in the air.
Out with the old, in with the new. In the past, you complained when we failed. We listened and went back to the drawing board. At last, a new, fresh beginning. A fresh face, a new product. International Standard Metals A792 presents Galvalume, an aluminum roofing metal, branded best used for roofing material, tested and proven to be of superior quality. Get wider coverage for the best prices on the island. We offer a variety